Happy 4th of July, folks. I got thinking about all the fireworks and everything, Saw some stuff on TV about how dangerous the fireworks are. And, for all that talk, they don't listen around here because this has got to be one of the firework capitals of the planet. People just go crazy. And even though there's laws, you can't shoot fireworks in town. There's going to be, about a mile-high cloud of smoke over Omaha come by 10 o'clock tonight. It doesn't get dark till 9:30 or so. Anyway, got to thinking about horror stories, firework horror stories, because I've got one. And I guess what I'm asking you guys, if you guys have a firework or 4th of July horror story that you guys want to share, I'd love to hear it. So respond. Anyway, my story, kind of stupid. Back when I was about 7 years old, I guess 7-year-olds had a little more freedom to roam and all that good stuff when I was a kid. And I was in my backyard, and it was after the 4th of July, so it's not a 4th of July story, but it is fireworks. So I know it was after because it was at a time, maybe end of July or something. All the fireworks were gone. Last thing on your mind was fireworks. And my friend Murphy J. Bardwell, isn't that weird? Murphy J. came over, and he had a box of sparklers, and wanted to know if I wanted to shoot them or burn them, whatever. Sure. So then, for some reason, instead of just doing them in the backyard under the pecan trees, all this stuff, we had a debate on where we should shoot the sparklers. And we decided to go, and I lived on a little gravel road, and across that gravel road was a railroad track. And on the other side of the tracks was a field of grass. And we decided we would go in the middle of this, on the middle of a hot summer day, and shoot these sparklers. Well, 7-year-olds don't think things through too good, I guess, because we had chosen a field that was really dry grass, that grew in clumps, and it was a foot or more high. And of course, it wasn't 3 minutes before, you throw one down, light another. It wasn't 3 minutes before we had that whole field on fire. I guess the horror part of it, other than we'd set the world on fire, was that these railroad tracks that were right there, it was actually a switching place, and they left tanker cars full of gasoline right there, and that at the end of the field, I don't know how, I guess they had pipes or whatever, at the end of the field were these huge tanks, because it was a mobile gas, I want to say mobile, anyway, it was a gas distributorship. So, even a 7-year-old would have a sense of urgency, But we knew that we couldn't put that out. And the last thing I wanted to do was go get my dad. But I knew I had no choice. So I ran to the house, and I want you to know, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, my feet felt like they had, cinder blocks tied to them. They were so heavy, it was all I could do to put one foot in front of the other, because I was really dreading telling my dad that I had set the field on fire and the gas was about to explode. Of course, I went in the kitchen and told Mom and Dad. They were sitting there drinking coffee or something, and Dad didn't say anything. He just jumped up, and Mom too. They got some towels and wet them, and we ran back over there, and the three of us, plus of course Murphy J, used these towels and beat out the field. And by the time we were through, it pretty much you know, that whole field was wiped out. And crisis was narrowly averted, you know, because for some reason we didn't explode the gas tanks and the dealership was still there. And I just knew that toward the end of this, I was thinking, boy, when the fire gets out, the fire's going to be in my back of my pants. Yeah, we're out of power. Yeah. And we're out of power. But there's good news. They'll have it fixed in 4 hours. But anyway, I just knew that the fire was going to be in my britches when the fire in the field was out. But you know, my dad never said a cross word to me about it. And I didn't really understand that. And of course, he made sure that I understood what I did wrong, lesson learned, that kind of thing. But he didn't say anything. And I was talking with my mom later about it, and she told me that the reason why my dad didn't spank me, whip me, whatever, was that when he was young, because he grew up in that house, he had caught the same field on fire. Only with his daddy, he would have never gone to tell his daddy to help him put it out. He did what he had to do. Now, maybe there wasn't a gas dealership over there, but I don't know that. Probably wasn't. Maybe a buggy whip factory. Anyway, he couldn't do that, and I guess he felt good that I felt like I could. Of course, it wasn't really a matter of do I feel like I can. Is blowing up better than getting spanked or whooped? You know, was really where my head was at. But he was real sweet about it, and I guess my dad got the fire put out, but you know. So anyway, that's my horror story, you know. And do you have a firework horror story or a 4th of July horror story? Because 4th of July can go wrong in very many ways. Post a response. Talk to you later.